Welcome to Copilot Podcasts. You know that moment when you're staring at your computer screen, strategically moving your mouse every few minutes to keep your team's status green? Today, we're diving into the art of pretending to be productive and why we're all secretly masters at it. We'll explore the science behind procrastination, genius ways people fake work, and how to actually get stuff done eventually.
Oh my goodness, yes. And you know what's fascinating? Studies show that up to 95% of students admit to procrastinating, and I'm pretty sure the other 5% are lying.
Wait, really? That's such a high number.
Absolutely. And get this, procrastination isn't even a modern problem. The ancient Greeks were complaining about it as far back as 800 BC.
So you're telling me that even without Netflix and TikTok, people still found ways to put things off?
Exactly. The Greek poet Hesiod literally wrote about not putting work off till tomorrow. I guess some things never change, huh?
But here's what I really want to know. Why do we do this to ourselves? Like, we know we're just making things worse, right?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. According to neuroscience research, procrastination isn't actually about time management at all.
Wait, what? But I thought that's exactly what it was about.
Nope. It's actually an emotion regulation problem. There's this fascinating battle happening in your brain between two key areas.
Oh, like good angel versus bad angel situation?
Kind of. It's between your limbic system, which is all about immediate gratification, and your prefrontal cortex, which handles long-term planning.
So basically, one part of our brain is like, let's watch cat videos, and the other is like, we have a deadline.
Exactly. And you know what's wild? The emotional part usually wins because it's actually stronger than our logical brain when we're stressed or tired.
That explains so much about my Sunday nights.
And speaking of procrastination, let's talk about all the creative ways people pretend to be productive. You mentioned the team status thing earlier.
Oh yeah, I've heard people put their mouse on top of an analog watch so the second hand moves it automatically.
That's actually genius, though maybe we shouldn't be encouraging that.
But you know what's really interesting? Some research suggests that what we call procrastination can sometimes be our brain's way of managing stress.
Absolutely. When we feel overwhelmed, our brain seeks relief. It's actually a survival mechanism, just not a very helpful one in modern life.
So you're saying my brain is trying to protect me by making me scroll through social media for 3 hours?
Well, studies show that people spend an average of 3 to 4 hours daily on social media, often at the expense of actual work time.
Okay, but here's something I've noticed. Sometimes I procrastinate on one task by doing another useful task. Is that still procrastination?
That's what we call productive procrastination, and it's actually a recognized phenomenon.
So like when I clean my entire apartment instead of writing that important email?
Exactly. And some productivity experts actually suggest using this tendency to your advantage.
How so?
Well, they recommend having a list of productive tasks that feel easier than your main task. So when you're avoiding something big, you still accomplish smaller important things.
That's actually pretty clever. Any other weird productivity hacks that actually work?
Here's a fascinating one. Changing your clothes can actually trick your brain into being more productive.
Wait, what? How does that work?
It's this weird psychological thing. When you change out of your comfy clothes into something slightly more professional, your brain shifts into work mode.
So you're saying my sweatpants might be sabotaging my productivity?
According to research, yeah. Our brains make these simple associations. Work clothes equal work behavior.
That's wild. What about music? I've heard people say certain types help with focus.
Oh, yes. There's this technique called the hype playlist strategy that's really interesting.
Like workout music, but for work?
Kind of. The key is choosing songs that literally make you want to move, they engage your reward system, and help with emotional regulation.
So basically, turn your work session into a silent disco?
Hey, whatever works. The research shows that combining music and nostalgia can actually help support emotional regulation and focus.
Speaking of focus, let's talk about digital distractions. They're basically the supervillains of productivity, right?
Oh, absolutely. Studies show that digital distractions can lead to a loss of up to 55% of work efficiency.
55%? That's more than half.
Yeah, and here's what's really interesting. Most people don't even realize how much time they're losing to these micro distractions.
You mean like when you check one notification and suddenly it's been 30 minutes?
Exactly. Our brains are terrible at estimating time, especially when we're online.
But here's what I really want to know. Is there such thing as good procrastination?
Actually, yes. Sometimes procrastination can lead to better ideas because your brain has more time to process information unconsciously.
So you're saying when I wait until the last minute, I'm actually letting my creativity flourish?
Well, not exactly. But there is something called active procrastination, where people deliberately delay tasks to work better under pressure.
I feel like I need to try all these productivity hacks now. Where should someone start?
The research actually suggests starting incredibly small, like laughably small.
How small are we talking?
Like, just open the document and type the title small. It's called the ridiculously easy first step technique,
That actually sounds doable.
right? And here's the funny thing. Most people end up doing more than just that one tiny step once they've started.
Because getting started is the hardest part.
Exactly. It's like tricking a toddler into eating vegetables by making airplane noises. Except you're the toddler, and the vegetables are your work tasks.
That might be the best description of productivity I've ever heard.
Well, the science shows that our brains really do respond better to playful approaches than harsh discipline.
So what you're saying is we should stop beating ourselves up about procrastination.
Absolutely. Understanding that it's an emotional regulation issue, not a character flaw, can actually help us manage it better.
This has been surprisingly reassuring. Any final thoughts for our chronic procrastinators out there?
Remember that even the ancient Greeks struggled with this. You're not lazy, you're just human.
And maybe put your mouse away from that analog watch.
Unless you're using that time to change into work clothes and make a hype playlist.
And on that note, thanks for joining us on Copilot Podcasts. Remember, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is admit you're procrastinating, just maybe not to your boss.